Kenny here with Gardening Simplified. Today we're going to talk about uh, growing and preserving your own oregano. So let's get into it. When it comes to freeze-dried oregano, or you could dehydrate it, first you got to have oregano. Now we've got a pretty good uh, plot here. I mean, oregano seems to take over, so we kind of put it in a contained bed. But these were just a few plants planted from seed. I don't know if it's last year or the year before, and they've just taken off. But when you cut this, try to cut it above any of your bad leaves. That way you don't end up having as much time uh, having to clean out yellowed leaves and stuff like that. It'll make it a whole lot quicker for freeze drying it. After you harvest it, go ahead and wash it. Make the double check. Make sure you got good quality leaves. If you find any that's not what you need, then go ahead and get rid of them. And you're going to smell a strong aroma of oregano. So after it's washed, you just want to take the extra, shake the extra moisture off it. I don't worry about letting it dry. And what I do is I just put it on these trays, and then I stack these trays on top of each other. And then I'll push them down. You want to make sure it's low enough it's not touching your heater pad on the tray above it. But it's just a matter of filling these trays. Now they can hold quite a bit. Now we don't take the stems off. Most of the green, fast-growing stems, so they're going to have just as much flavor in it. Now the type of oregano that you use is going to affect the flavor. Now we have grown different varieties. A lot of the varieties you buy at one of the big box stores or greenhouse supplies. But this variety is true oregano. True oregano is a stronger flavored oregano. And what we're going to end up doing through this process, we're going to end up powdering this up after we get it all good and dry. So we're going to get these trays loaded. When it comes to drying herbs, you want to customize your setting for your tray temperature. Now, whoops, going the wrong way. We want to go down to, I'm going to do it at 115. You could do it at 110, but you don't want to get so hot that it's cooking the oils out of your oregano, because you're going to cook out a certain amount, but the higher your temperature, the more you're going to cook out, and that's where your flavor is going to come from. So anyway, we're going to set that. We're going to save that, and we're going to start this process for cooling down. All right, now it's time to get them all loaded in the freeze dryer. Then close the drain up and hit continue. That's all it is, and it won't take long. Herbs don't have a whole lot of moisture, so it is fairly quick. I do still do my extra 10 hours. I want to make sure my herbs are good and dry, because for one, I'm doing them at a lower temperature. But anyway, we're going to let this go and come back when it's done. Okay, we're finished with this. I had added even more dry time, so this has been drying probably an extra 22, 23 hours, but it was going to end. Well, it did end yesterday afternoon. We were kind of wore out, so we just extended the time till this morning. And what I'm going to do now, I'll just cancel it so I get rid of the rest of the dry time, and we'll release the vacuum on the chamber, and we're going to take this out and process it so we can store it. Now we've got it all in our bowl. Now this is about 3/4 of a bushel. You can gently massage this, and you can pick out the stems. Now I'm going to pick out the bigger ones. I might leave some of the smaller ones, but you can see how after you massage it, the uh, leaves will all come off it and the small stems. So it doesn't take much work to prepare this. If you just want more of the leaves, uh, the oils are going to be in the stem too, but I'm going to take them out just for the texture that I'm looking for whenever it's finished. Now, the actual time that it took me with my large uh, freeze dryer, with the amount of uh, oregano that I had in there, and realize that the amount is going to change your dry time, but it took with my extra 10 hours of dry time, it took about 30 hours, the actual, and then of course I added the extra so I didn't have to deal with it then, which can only make the uh, oregano drier in the end. But anyway, I'm going to take these out, and then what we're going to do, we've got our food processor here. Let me zoom out a little bit. And uh, we're going to chop this up. We'll put some in here, chop it up. Now we're going to use these smaller bags to put this in. Roughly what we'll hold in there is about a half pint jar's worth in this bag. And the reason we're using Mylar is we still have plenty of oregano from last year. And what we want to do is with this batch is long-term storage on it. So we're going to put it in Mylar, and it'll be around for uh, quite a few years. But let me get this process started. Okay, our bowl's empty. This is our food processor. This is 3/4 of a bushel, a little bit more. And this is a nice fine powder. Now you could run it longer if you want it more. Now you can see there are some pieces of the stems left. Some of your bigger ones might not chop up as well. You can run it a little longer. It'll chop them up just a little bit more. But you can see that this isn't that dull green sagey color like you'd see in the store. This is nice and fresh. In fact, it's looking a little bit lighter green than it actually is from the fluorescent lights. But this is nice organic oregano. This is true Greek. That's the one that I recommend you grow if you're going to grow oregano, because it has a stronger flavor. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the Mylar bags and get it ready. I've got one more freeze dryer uh, full of it that's ready to go, and I'll take care of that one. And there we go. We've got probably a little over 2.5 pints, which is quite a bit of oregano. Uh, Make sure that whenever you put this in your Mylar, make sure before you, if it is a seal one, or whether either way, if you before you seal it, wipe the powder off the top. That way you don't end up with maybe a poor seal, because this is long-term storage. And one thing I want to stress is that when you're using a food processor, if you're doing a little bit, you might want to use a smaller food processor. It chops better the more that's in it. So whenever I use a large one and it's nice and full, the blades have a little more resistance to them, so it powders it up quite a bit better. But anyway, there you go. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you do your own oregano. And if you got any comments about it, of course, oregano is medicinal. It's and I'm not a medical doctor, but I'm going to tell you with your research, you'll find out it's antibacterial, antiviral. There's a lot of health benefits to oregano besides just being a seasoning. So if you want to see more like this, of course, hit that subscribe, hit the bell, select all, give it a big thumbs up, and share this video. Enjoy that gardening experience.